All right, we got best action anime of each year, 2011 to 2021. Oof.
Anime's been popular for quite some time and there are loads of shows to choose from. So how about I give you some recommendations on what I feel are the best action anime every year of the past decade or so. No movies or OVAs, just TV series and no sequels. Each year has a lot of strong contenders, but I'll single out the one that I think's the best among them. It's all my opinion, but hey, maybe you can finally make the decision to try out that show that you've been putting on hold for quite some time already. Before we get started, I urge you to subscribe to the channel. It just takes a second to do it, and if you're still unsure about it, maybe this video will convince you to hit that button and be the first in line for my next upload. 2011.
Fate?
Ah, what a year for anime. While most people will remember this year for 3 smash hits, Steins Gate, Fate Zero and Madoka Magica, I think that the action anime of the year is none other than Hunter x Hunter. It's really a close call between this and Fate Zero, which
You
two of
take
my
that
personal
over
favorites.
Fate?
These shows really push the boundary of what we typically associate with action anime. People tend to associate Fate Zero with a dark and cynical outlook on things and its amazing animation and art, which still actually hold up now. The directing's superb and the voice actors really do an amazing job. Still, I narrowly give the edge to Hunter x Hunter for being more of a straight-up adventure series that I could recommend to anyone. Accessibility to the new anime fan looking for their first show is good, and I think Hunter x Hunter 2011 is one of the remakes that really improved on its original material. It's also a bright adventure that can smoothly shift to dark and serious tones with a lot of philosophical
I remember.
backdrops. Honorable mentions this year include Blue Exorcist and Dead Man Wonderland. I also enjoyed the polarizing Guilty
I watch
Crown
all
and
of them.
Future Diary a lot, and I'd say that those shows had their moments too. They're not popular shows without a reason.
Greg the Shed here. The new Lawnmower 4.0 is the perfect tool for your grooming experience. Today,
Grooming? What?
2012.
Essay.
2012
Sword
is
Art
officially when I
Online?
think the isekai craze got its start when Reiki Kawahara became a household name. Axel World from early this year got a middling reception,
I wonder
but
what's
his
gonna
Sword Art
choose.
Online took the anime world by storm.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
SAO and Axel
Sword Art
World,
Online
there
was
were a lot of
amazing,
action shows
man.
that I enjoyed here. Urobuchi
Hey,
continued
baby, I
his
watched that shit
momentum
like
from
5
Tokyo
times,
with
bro.
the ever-popular Psycho
It was
Pass.
so good, bro.
And
But
found
I
myself loving
just,
the Ellen
I just
action
lost
Harem Hero
interest
high
after
school
like
DxD
3rd one,
and
bro.
Oda Nobuna. And lest we forget Magi, which I feel
They
is
started
one
going
of
to
the more
another
underrated
universe
shonen
or whatever,
quality
bro.
with its
But I
well-built
watch all the
writing.
SL
But for
anime,
2012,
bro. I
I
watch
give the
every
crown
every
to
one of them.
JoJo.
But season 1 was the best.
Why? Well, JoJo's pretty much one of the most beloved shonen franchises out there these days, and this is when its anime started. It combines a lot of your typical hot-blooded shonen action with super over-the-top powers and execution that would put even Trigger to shame. But it's not just the craziness that it's got going for it. JoJo has a legitimately interesting overarching plot that spans multiple seasons and in-universe generations. It's a quintessential action series that you might want to check out. 2013. Speaking of Trigger, 2013's where their big hit Kill La Kill made its debut. If you want to talk controversial, this is the year
And that
Valkyrie
Netflix
came
series?
out. Personally, I obviously love the action light novel shows with harem elements, and I found my thirst for that quenched with some rather niche titles like Data Live, Machine Doll, and Strike the Blood. But we all
Strike
know
the Blood
what
is good.
2013 is all about. Kill La Kill, largely considered one of the best shows in that era, paled in popularity compared to the blockbuster of that year. 2013's the year of Attack on Titan. No
Okay,
questions
I got
asked.
scared, but I thought it was
With
going
its very intriguing premise of survival, its action horror ambiance,
Ain't no
and
way-
how it
ain't
goes
nobody
out of the
winning
way to
against
create a high-octane
Attack on
action
Titan,
show
baby.
devoid of the usual anime tropes that non-fans could find weird.
Attack on Titan is
Attack
actually
on
my
Titan
all-time,
made
bro.
its
Like,
mark all over the
my
world.
5
I
all-time
dare say
anime
it's
that I
probably
would,
the year
my
anime
5
really
all-time anime.
started to burst into the mainstream.
Naruto,
I'd also say
Bleach,
SAO got the ball rolling, but at
Dragon
the end,
Ball,
with the tropes it used, the fan
Attack on
service, and how
Titan,
it wrote the characters, it's still a show obviously made to be enjoyed by
and
the
Dragon
more
Ball.
otaku side of the fandom. However, Attack on Titan shattered all
You know what I'm
boundaries
saying?
that kept the normies away from the community.
That's my
It
5
also helps that
all-time,
Attack
bro.
on Titan, throughout its seasons, constantly found ways to reinvent itself. We
Attack
hope
on
the people
Titan
with
is
the
in there, bro. You
survival
feel
horror
me?
premise
Like,
of season
bro,
1,
I just love
while
the
premise
anime,
of
bro.
humans fighting titans persisted towards the end of the next seasons, you'll find that the show has dared to branch into a lot of other areas like politics, morals, and humanity. This was truly a landmark year for anime. 2014. Unfortunately, with how much Attack on Titan took over the anime world, it's hard to make a breakthrough the year after that. And it's a shame because 2014 did have a lot of great action shows. This was the year 7 Deadly Sins
Meliodas?
started, and it was a legitimately fun action show before it got memed to death thanks to the subpar art and animation in the latter seasons.
Yeah.
There's also Noragami and Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo
And
Ghoul
of course,
probably won it,
how
didn't
can I
it?
not mention my two light novel hits
was
of the year,
insane.
Mahoka and No Game, No Life. The former had the luck to get a second season and an animated spin-off. The latter, well, not so much. At least No Game, No Life's movie blows Mahoka's out of the water. As a final honourable mention, I also enjoyed Black Bullet, despite being grossly disappointed in the adaptation's cut content as a source material reader. However, you see the problem. Besides Noragami, none of the shows above can be easily recommended to non-anime fans. Tokyo Ghoul feels a tad bit too edgy for the average normie, while the others have fan service that those same people likely wouldn't take too kindly to. Thankfully though, 2014 also gave us my action anime of the year, Parasite.
Oh my
Parasite often gets
gosh.
compared to Tokyo
Yeah.
Ghoul with its edgy action
I'm on
style,
you on this.
but I
I'm
feel
on your
that
side, bro.
Parasite
I'm on
maintains
your
more of a
side on
better
this
balance
one.
between the
Parasite,
violence and
yeah.
the message behind the plot. It feels more relevant to society as a whole, and I really like how the characters developed. Also, while it's not a knock on Tokyo Ghoul's first season, which
Nah,
is really
Parasite is
enjoyable,
better, buddy.
Parasite at least wrapped up its story neatly in its one and only season, whereas the other show required multiple seasons, the latter ones which were rushed to oblivion.
It's crazy because
If you know
Parasite
someone
finished
who's
so
never
well,
touched
but
anime
like
before and wanted to recommend a show from 2014, then
I do
Parasite
not
is
ask for
my pick.
another one, but like
Before we move on to our
first
next
season,
entry,
that's it.
ever had a
That's
situation
all.
where you
I don't
wanted
need
to watch
nothing
the
more,
titles
bro.
I
It's just a
recommend,
masterpiece.
But you find yourself unable to do it legally. Well, that sounds like a job for everyone's best friend on the go and the sponsors of this video, ExpressVPN. Ever
Power
wanted
of
to
God.
bypass region locks and watch more anime? Ever wanted to access Facebook or Reddit in places where
Okay,
they're blocked?
buddy, you're gonna have
You
to
know
pay
who
your
to call.
bills.
If
I'm
you're
gonna have
still
to
not-
react to the
In
video,
addition to
yo.
bypassing region locks, Express and the polarizing Gate and Asterisk War. Also, there's a personal
It's crazy
guilty
that I watch
pleasure and
all those
favourite of
anime,
mine,
bro. I
Testament
wonder
of
if
Sister
I'm
New
fucking
Devil.
crazy.
On the manga side of things, we have Assassination Classroom making its big debut, and I myself have
I
a
remember
soft
when I
spot for
finished One
Seraph
Piece in
of the
like
End,
a
despite
month,
people
bro.
back
Like
then
when I
passing it
finished
off
One Piece
as an
from
Attack on
episode
Titan
1
ripoff
to like
with bleach weapons and
recently,
great
like, you know what I'm
vampires.
saying?
But 2015
even less than a
undoubtedly
month
belongs
actually.
to
I was not
One
sleeping
Punch
at all,
Man.
bro.
It's not quite Attack on Titan in terms of how big of a cultural phenomenon it became.
I
but
did
One
it with
Punch Man
on the time of
seriously came
COVID.
pretty
I mean, it
damn
was
close to it.
he didn't do
Attack
anything
on
anyway.
Titan,
You know
as
what
I
I'm saying?
said,
He's just
broke
staying
the
home
barrier between
every day,
anime fans and
so it was
ordinary
pretty
people.
easy.
And One Punch Man was the show perfectly poised to capitalize on that. At this time, superheroes were becoming the in thing thanks to the excellence of the MCU and the general awareness of them growing, and whether by chance or by intention, One Punch Man really did take advantage of that. It also helps that while the show is an exciting action series through and through, it does deliver the goods as a parody. It's a show that would at first be passed off as comedy due to how it pokes fun at the ridiculousness of shonen anime, yet at the same time becomes such an immersive and emotional roller coaster when you do actually watch it. The hype is real for One Punch Man, and while Season 2 is quite middling, Season 1 during its time was a legitimate cultural phenomenon.
You call season 2 middling?
I actually switched from Chrome to Opera GX a while
I don't know
ago
about
because
that
I was
one,
so
Chief.
tired of Chrome being the absurd
I guess,
dog
but
that it is.
but the new season gonna be a
2016.
masterpiece, bro. The
How
Garou
fitting
arc,
for
bro.
2016 to
Oh
be
my
yet another win
gosh.
for the Creator 1. If 2015 is One Punch Man's year, the crown for 2016 goes to Mob Psycho. With all the shows that I've talked about so far, Mob Psycho could probably boast the title of being the best in its much renowned animation. However, animation doesn't make an anime, and luckily for Mob Psycho, it's got so much more going for it. It's got a very simple yet exciting storyline, and its characters are all interesting and well written. Character dynamics and the action really make Mob Psycho feel like a cinematic production more than anything. People have compared this amazing show to a comic book flick, and it's not hard to see why. While I was quick to give Mob Psycho the crown, I won't pretend it was an easy win given what 2016 gave us. Superheroes never went out of flavour, and the year introduced My Hero Academia, a show which is
yeah,
still
Mob
going
Psycho's
strong to
still
this
winning,
day
bro.
to the world. It's also had a plethora
My Hero
of new
Academia
shows
used to
that
be
I
good,
really
but it just
enjoyed,
fell
such as
off, bro.
91 Days,
Just
Hell's
got
Army
boring
in the
after
Sky,
that.
Bungo Stray Dogs, Twin Star Exorcists, and Drifters. Do you classify
Watch all of
Re:Zero
them.
as action? Because
Damn,
that's actually
am I a
certainly
freak?
one of the strongest contenders
Holy
for the year, given
fuck.
how much I love it. Hey, I even made a video essay on that, so you can check that out.
I
in the
cannot
upper
watch
right corner.
Re:Zero, bro. He's just boring, bro.
2017.
I don't know that. I don't see the hype
Compared
on
to the
Re:Zero,
previous
bro. I
years,
really don't see it, bro.
2017 seemed more
He's just
like
a dude
lull in
dying
terms
every
of
time.
action
He's
anime,
weak.
honestly speaking. Now that's if we exclude sequels, movies, and OVAs. But don't get me wrong though, there's still quite a lot to like, such as Yujo Senki. The year also gave us Recreators, Inuyashiki, Fate Apocrypha, and Enki. The year also gave us Recreators, Inuyashiki.
Thank God, bro. Holy fuck. I was... Yo. You do not understand, bro. I already watched the anime, but I wanted to watch it again for so long, bro. But I just couldn't remember the name. Finally, I got it now.
Ashiki, Fate, Apocrypha, and Akashic Records. It's
That's
just
a
that
good one
besides
as well.
Yugo
This one is good
Senki,
too.
None of these feel
That
as if they
Hitler
made a
girl.
big impact on the community as something like Overlord or One
Oh
Punch
my
Man.
gosh, Overlord
And
was
that's not to
OP.
discredit the 2017 shows, but it just goes to show that if you take the sequels, which included Attack
I
on
wonder which
Titan,
one he
out of
choose.
the way, the year felt quiet as far as action shows go. That is relative, and it's more of a testament to what blockbusters the preceding year gave us. For my 2017 pick, I'll direct you to a hidden gem of an anime, pun intended, in Land of the Lustrous.
I have
premise
no
is
idea
simple
what that
enough.
is, bro.
You're given a cast of humanoid gems who fight for survival.
I ain't
against
gonna lie,
enemies
but I
who
know a
abduct
lot of
them and
people
turn
not
them
gonna
into
be happy
jewelry.
with this one.
However, you
Maybe
see the
not
story
happy, but I
unfold through the
mean,
lens
didn't
of
know
one
I'm
who's
not
not
gonna
exactly
agree
a
with this one.
fighter. Through Foss's
Like, what the
perspective,
hell is
we're then
this?
given a
I've
show
never
that
seen
heavily
anybody
deals with
talking about this
tragedy,
anime, bro.
self-image, and loss.
Never in
It's
my
more than
life.
an action show, and it's an anime that I can confidently introduce to a non-fan, at least compared to something like Yujo Senki. The 3D presentation might discourage some people from watching the show, but it is actually surprisingly well done.
I ain't watching
If I
this,
were to
buddy.
look at an action show
This
as a
is
whole
ass.
in terms of value and not just popcorn entertainment, Land of the Lustrous easily takes the top spot this year.
Cap, this is trash, bro.
2018.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
As we
Respectfully.
inch closer to the end of the decade, we start getting into the action shows that made a buzz in the community for good or bad reasons. Who could forget Goblin Slayer's controversy, or the weekly reactions darling in the... Who could forget Goblin Slayer's controversy?
Sexual value. Bro, Redo Village just came out a couple years after that, bro. That's nothing compared to Redo Village, bro. Come on,
Or the
bro.
weekly reactions darling in the Frankster in the community. This year also marked Golden Kamui's debut, and while its focus is more on exploration and adventure, it's got some good action, and it's one of the shows that I just couldn't get enough of. Slime also started this year, and it's poised to be one of the big isekai hits in the coming years as far as anime adaptations go. If we're talking straight action that can see some mainstream appeal to non-fans, I think that few can top Megalobox for that year. Combining a lot of classic Western aesthetics with an
I heard
epic
about
boxing
it.
setting made for a wondrous addition to the
I
library.
never
of
watched
action
it though.
anime.
Megalobox.
People have called it an exciting anime that looked like a heavy sci-fi cross between Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo, and it's easy to see why. It has its own unique style, from the presentation to the music, and has that nostalgic 90s feel that a lot of people have grown to love. But one of the main reasons I'd recommend this anime to someone is because how amazing the second season, which aired this year, was. And don't get me wrong, the first season was good and all, but the second season for me is just on another tier. Easily one of the best anime of
Wait, is that the same
2021
guy
so
with the
far.
beard?
So in a different twist, Megalobox is actually something that I would recommend more to older fans, those who went through the 90s and had taken a break from anime. It should bring back memories of those good old days that they'll surely enjoy reliving.
Sick of all the ads?
Thing
Like
is
this one?
him, bro.
Just head to adskiller.com. Click on Activate Now.
2019. Right, so we all know what 2019's about. But first, let me talk about the honorable mentions. First up, I had a great time watching Dororo, Fire Force and Shield Hero, and I'd recommend those to anime fans. Wise Man's Grandchild is also a fun show to watch, although it only caters to a specific niche. so I
Yeah,
won't
it's definitely
easily
a
recommend
specific
that one
niche.
as
Not
much.
a lot of people
The
gonna
same
like
can
it,
be
but it's
said of
definitely a good
Ari
anime
Fureta,
though. I
but
recommend
this
it.
one also had the dubious distinction of possibly some of the worst CG and animation I've seen in an anime for a long time. PS1 Monsters in 2019.
Wait,
animation,
what?
But this one also had the dubious distinction of possibly some of the worst CG
Cap.
and animation I've seen
I
in
do
an
not
anime
agree with
for
that.
a long time.
I don't agree with
PS1
that.
Monsters in 2019, anyone? We all know
Yeah, I mean, the
2019
CGI
is
do
the
be
year
horrible.
of Demon Slayer.
But yeah.
Breaking into the mainstream like nothing's ever done before. Heck, I think the Demon Slayer craze has officially surpassed Attack on Titan, with the manga, the opening song, and even the recent movie shattering records left and right. But I give the nod this year to Vinland Saga. I just feel that as an action series, Vinland Saga just brings so much more to the table than Demon Slayer. I can understand why the latter became more popular, but where Vinland Saga lacked in the flashy, explosive UFO table animation
agree.
and cool powers, it brought with it a more
Vinland Saga is a
grounded
great
and complete
anime. Don't get me
story, the
wrong.
way I
It's
see it.
extremely
The
a really
narrative
good
gets
anime, but
developed
I'm
better,
sorry,
and
bro.
the characters are a tier above
He's
Demon
not
Slayer's
better than Demon
characters in
Slayer,
terms of writing and
especially not first
characterization.
season, bro. Come
I'm
on
not
now.
saying that Demon Slayer characters are bad or bland, because that's not the case. The Vinland Saga's cast just feels way better if we're going to look at it from a critical perspective. A captivating story
I
of
do
hardship
not
and
agree at
growth
all,
filled
bro.
with epic action and very complex characters. Finland Saga.
But I can see why you choose. I don't even see the.
2020. Thus, we come to the end of the decade. 2020 for me will always be the year of delays due to the real-world circumstances, as well as the year of sequels. If we take all the sequels, movies, and OVAs out the way, you're actually left with a few gems. I had a blast with the trio of edgy action titles Dorohedoro, Darwin's Game, and Gleipnir.
That one's gaming.
Dragon
This one's
Quest
pretty
anime
good.
was also fun, and the duo of Princess Connect and Bofuri are probably two of my favorite chill action shows the past year. But things would change in this rather slow year for non-sequels as it marched towards the end with what I can feel to be suspiciously Demon Slayer's spiritual successor, Jujutsu Kaisen. No, the two shows aren't related, but I think the Demon Slayer's smashing success had a bit to do with Jujutsu Kaisen getting the green light. I mean, there's also the revival of Shaman King and Bleach not long after. It's like that time when many shows with the Attack on Titan approach got greenlit, giving us Garbaneri of the Iron Fortress,
shit.
Black Bullet, Seraph of the End, and God Eater.
This one is good. This one
Whatever
is
the
good.
case,
See,
though,
God Eater is good.
Supernatural action shonen are back
Damn,
on the
but they-
menu,
bro.
and Jujutsu Kaisen is
Bro,
now
those
leading
anime
the
were
charge.
so good. I started speaking
Like
French,
Demon
bro.
Slayer, Jujutsu
That's
Kaisen is a
crazy.
show mostly carried by how good it looks. The action's good, the characters are relatable and likable, and the powers are interesting. That's basically the recipe you use to turn in a winner in the realm of action shonen, and Jujutsu Kaisen passes the test with flying colors. Every other episode gave us a moment or a reveal that set the whole anime community ablaze with discussions,
Ruka.
and I'd say that you've got to give a lot of credit to the
Yuta.
animation team for that. 2021.
Yuji.
And here we are, 2021, and we're still reeling
Is that
from the effects of
86?
2020. On the bright side, the anime industry seemed to have recovered and stabilized from the shock of early 2020, and there have been a lot less delays now. 2021's still not over, so we can't know for sure whether this will hold, but as far as an action anime go, I'll give the title this year to Vivi Fluorite Dai's Song. I didn't know what to expect out of Vivi Fluorite Dai's Song at first,
I don't know what
despite
that
the
is.
fact that the guy behind ReZero was involved in it. It's an understatement to say that the show just blew me away with its incredible animation and an
Ooh.
often underrated aspect in action anime, the music.
I might go
It
watch it, you
packages
know.
everything in a very well-placed action anime that has quite the depth in terms of themes, one that's becoming more and more relevant as society gets integrated with technology. Despite Vivi winning the title for 2021's Best Action Anime, the year has had a lot of strong contenders. Vivi just felt to be the most complete for widespread appeal, for lack of a better term. The violence isn't extreme, the fan service is little to non-existent, and the story's well-paced and has a good
No
conclusion.
one cares about fan service,
We have
bro. Come on, bro.
86 for those who
You're a
want
grown-ass man
tragedy,
talking about
drama,
fan
and
service.
military in their action series. 2021 also unleashed Mushoku Tensei, known as the granddaddy of isekai.
So you take that over this?
For a lot to the world, and by the looks of it, it seems that it will stay for good. We have a long ride ahead. If you prefer
Okay.
something that involves time loops, however, why don't you try Tokyo Revengers? It has a gripping plot that continues to keep me on the edge of my seat. Whew, that was a long discussion. I'll be glad to talk about it more on the comments section. Come on, show you year-by-year picks as well, and we can compare our lists. Honestly, it's been quite a while since I've had
A
this
lot of
much
people
fun
will be
writing a
talking
video
in those
because I've got
comments.
to look at the anime world from a perspective and see how it has evolved over time. If you enjoyed this video as much as I did, make sure to hit that like button and share this video with as many friends as you can. Then maybe we can branch off to other genres in the future. Best comedy.
And now we're in
best
2023,
mystery.
all those good
So much we
anime
can
came
do
out,
with this,
bro.
And I'll need your response to
crazy.
see if I should keep making this new category of videos. If you had a great time, you can also check out the other ways you can support the channel, whether that be through Patreon or channel.
Alright.